Welcome to my first original short horror story of the channel. This one's called The Whispering Pines. The trip. It started as a simple weekend escape. 3 days in the dense evergreen ridge forest with my two closest friends, Eli and Marissa. No cell service, no towns for miles. Just thick ancient pine trees and a rented cabin that smelled like wet bark and forgotten secrets. We laughed on the drive there, teasing each other about ghost stories, survival skills, and forest cryptid threats. None of us expected something was already waiting for us before we even arrived. The cabin door key was left under a rock, just like the owner said. The lock felt loose, like it had been forced before. Inside, everything looked normal, but in the dust on the coffee table, someone had traced a message with their finger. Don't listen to the woods. Don't follow the voices. We laughed it off, because that's what rational people do. We don't accept terror until it refuses to ignore us. The first night. After dinner, we sat by the small fire pit outside, the wind howling through the treetops in long, drawn-out whines. At around midnight, right when the fire dimmed to amber, we heard it, a woman's scream, faint but sharp, echoing through the trees. Marissa panicked immediately. Someone's hurt. We have to help. But Eli, always the survival-obsessed realist, held out an arm stopping her. That didn't sound right, he said. What do you mean? I asked. He shivered slightly. It sounded like someone trying to sound human and failing. The scream came again, only now it sounded closer, and worse, it shifted tone midway, cracking unnaturally, like a recording being warped. We ran inside and locked the door. None of us slept. The footprints. The next morning, we found tracks in the dirt around the cabin. They were shaped like human bare feet, except stretched far too long, the toes digging into the soil like claws. The trail led from deep in the forest, straight to the cabin window, and stopped there. Something had watched us sleep, or try to. Ellie's voice shook. We need to leave today. We'd hiked in from the truck, stopped through 5 kilometers of forest. By the time we got back, it would be dark, and we only had a compass and a poorly drawn cabin map. So we stayed, though every instinct screamed not to. The voice in the trees. That afternoon, Marissa went to collect firewood alone, only around the cabin, where we could still see her. She walked maybe 30 meters away when suddenly we heard her voice calling from much deeper in the forest. Guys, come here. I found something. But the real Marissa was still in front of us. Her face turned pale. That wasn't me. The voice called again, clearer, louder, with perfect imitation, except for one detail. It didn't breathe between words. Eli grabbed her wrist and whispered, "Don't answer it." The voice yelled again, furious now. "Get over here!" Then silence. The forest seemed to hold its breath. We went inside, curtains shut, waiting for night with dread. The scratching. Around 2 a.m., scratching started along the outer cabin wall. Slow, deliberate, like nails carving symbols into wood. Then came voices. Whispering, overlapping, all mimicking people we knew. Marissa's brother, Eli's deceased grandfather, even my own voice. Each voice whispered invitations. "Come outside. We need help. I'm hurt. Please, open the door. I'm cold. Let me in." We didn't move. Then suddenly, one voice spoke inside the cabin.
"Why won't you look at me?"
We spun around, but nobody was there. The door hadn't opened. No windows broken. The scratching stopped. In the window, I finally dared peek outside, and I wish I hadn't. Standing in the tree line was a tall, pale figure, impossibly thin. Knees bent backward like a deer, its arms nearly to its ankles. Its skin hung loosely like wet cloth. Its head twitched in short, unnatural jerks, studying the cabin with empty black eyes. Then it smiled, fast and wide, as if someone pulled invisible hooks through each cheek. And in my voice it said, "Found you." Escape. We ran, no plan, no supplies, just the compass and pure terror. The forest felt wrong, paths repeating, trees identical, birds silent. Every so often, we'd hear it running alongside us, but never crashing through bushes like it glided. Hours passed. Slowly, we realized something horrifying. The forest wasn't confusing us. It was changing itself. By sunset, we finally found an old ranger tower, half collapsed but climbable. We hid inside, barricading the hatch. As night fell, the forest below fell dead silent. Then, tapping beneath us. "Let me in, Alex," my voice. Something circling the tower began repeating a single phrase, slowly twisting it each time.
You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't have come. You shouldn't have run.
By morning, Eli was gone. Marissa swore she never saw him leave. She blamed me. That night, she whispered to me, "I hear my name. It sounds like my mom." Before I could answer, she climbed out through a gap in the tower wall and walked into the dark without hesitation, as if sleepwalking. I screamed her name, and every voice in the forest screamed it back. I don't know whether she died or changed, but I know I never saw her again. The truth. I eventually made it out. I don't know how, or how long it truly took, but sometimes I hear tapping on my window at night. Sometimes I hear Marissa's voice calling from the woods outside my home. Sometimes I hear my own voice whisper behind me when I'm alone. And every morning I check the ground outside my house. There are footprints, long and wrong, leading to my window. I know it wants me back. And someday, when my will is weak enough, I think I'll follow the voices again. Because skinwalkers don't hunt you forever. They wait, and they always get what belongs to them.